And what is very, very interesting when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, you are most certainly in the middle of a very, very important process. You're in the middle of a very important process without you even perhaps realizing. When things are going to start becoming very interesting when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, it's most certainly going to be, and it's going to happen on the 28th of September 2019. What is going to happen on the 28th of September 2019? You're going to be having like a really important day, really significant situation. It's actually going to arise where you're going to be able to kind of reflect on your life in a certain way, where you're going to get a certain vibration which is going to make you feel and make you be rather powerful indeed, which is also going to become very motivating energy. So there is a certain motivation that you're already going to feel at around this particular day on the 28th of September 2019. So there is a certain positive vibration that it's already going to be rather significant. But on another hand, you are going to have some kind of information where you're going to realize that there is a really wonderful success and a wonderful gain that you're actually going to have when it comes to your personal spiritual journey. And it's not even about that, it's about the advancement, about a certain advancement, and also something that you kind of expected, but you're going to be able to take on the whole new journey, on the whole new level. This is already going to be taken. So this is going to be kind of like a really nice realization that you are going to have, and with a mixture of the actual this positive vibration and inspiration that you're already going to have. This is going to be a wonderful moment in time. The energy is just going to be absolutely perfect, okay? And the power of manifestation that you're going to have at around that moment in time is also going to be absolutely mind-blowing indeed. This is on another hand going to be a great moment in time to start new things, to begin new things, to sign any contracts, or to have some kind of negotiations and things like that, because the 28th of September, it is going to have this wonderful, powerful vibration, which is on another hand going to reflect on you in so many different ways. But most certainly, most significantly, it is going to be about the success. On another hand, the 28th of September, it's also going to bring you a really wonderful opportunity which is going to be followed by certain judgment, because you are going to need to make a certain decision on this particular day. It's so important, even if you don't make a decision, you're going to be kind of focusing quite a lot, you're going to be thinking quite a lot, and there is a lot going to be illuminated around you, which means that there are going to be all sorts of ideas that you're going to have on this particular day. But most importantly, there is a certain advice that it's going to come towards you, certain advice that somebody said something to you not that long ago, and within the last 13 months the particular person told you something, certain advice. Now this is going to make sense, because something is going to be kind of like completely proven to you. And on one hand, you're going to be able to prove something to yourself with the greatest accomplishment, but then on another hand, you're going to be able to prove something to other people as well. It's just a part of the really important process. The bottom line is that you are going to end up with a really wonderful opportunity indeed. And when I say that your process already started, you see, you already had like a June, July and August that, there were like lots of things were already unfolding towards the particular direction, towards a particular point indeed. So it doesn't even have to be that obvious, oh my God, the changes started. No, this is a very significant moment in time, and we have to remember that it's a one step at a time, because this is going to be quite big. The reason why the 28th of September and the reason why this is starting to happen, to unfold like right now in September, it's nothing unusual, because September is a very powerful month indeed. It's a very powerful month because it always contains, and it always has something to do with our accomplishment, something to do with like what we were focusing on, and something to do with like a lot with what we're trying to achieve. It's a lot to do with the power of manifestation, because the vibration is very significant. On another hand, September, it's number 9, and so basically these are the two numbers in one. So it's number 6, then you turn around upside down, then it's number 9. So which on another hand, it is very much so, it comes so beautifully when it comes to you realizing something really powerful about your own achievement, powerful about your life, where the whole new option is going to become evident to you indeed. So this is nothing unusual, because September September is in general very important when it comes to an unfoldment of our lives, when it comes to the certain surprise that you are going to have. And as the time goes by, like as we are getting closer to the end of this year, it is going to be more significant and more important when it comes to you, because the bright prospect is just going to become something that is just going to shine very brightly indeed. And this is going to be an interesting situation, an interesting option, an interesting new beginning for you, because indeed that option that I'm talking about, my gorgeous Aries, it's about to literally change your life. As I said, you know, that September is very important when it comes to manifestation anyway, but by the time we get to the actual December 2019, there is going to be the second stage of this wonderful process that you're going to start. So you're about to plant a very important seed. You're about to plant a very powerful seed. You're about to start something ridiculously important, which is just going to help you with your own grounding, but also it's going to make you feel really proud about yourself, proud about your achievement, and proud of the certain decision that you made not that long ago. The decision that you made not that long ago, it's also a lot to do with the change when it comes to your home, with the change when it comes to your finances, when the change when it comes to your life in general, when it comes to those big things in life. There is already some kind of process that already slowly started, and now this is going to be the second part of this, and it's going to be rather significant and very, very powerful moment in time indeed, because as I said, the whole new prospect, the whole new experience is just gonna kind of start making sense here like there is no tomorrow. So you see, you have this card which is upside down, which means you're about to kind of have a slight redirection and a slight adjustment, and you're gonna need to change something a little bit, and you're also going to need to sacrifice something a little bit, but at the same time you will realize that a certain stage in your life slowly came to an end. So this is going to be absolutely wonderful. You are going to work with your energy like in such a way when you are like kind of need to kind of like get rid of the old in order to make a space for the new. This is so important when it comes to every single new moon, because this is what we do. We change the energy, we replace the energy, even if we change like a plant, for example, and then we bring another plant, you know, this is also going to have a very positive impact on us, because it's going to kind of change our vibration with the new energy. And this is how exactly this is going to happen, because certain things you will realize that slowly came to an end karmically, but most importantly, the whole new direction is just going to unfold. This is absolutely fantastic, because at the same time, you're about to rediscover something very special about your life, very special about yourself, very special about your skills, but also it is just going to motivate you, and it's going to be such a beautiful and wonderful vibration, and you're going to feel happiness and excitement and all these things that are so beautiful and so important when it comes to our personal unfoldment, when it comes to our karma, when it comes to our spiritual journey, and when it comes to us finding out something very important and very significant about us and about our spiritual journey, what we can do in order to enjoy your life, what we can make and create in order to like live this life but enjoy ourselves as well, but also to rediscover ourselves on our particular spiritual journey. This is very, very deep, and this is very spiritual, and this is going to be a very important moment in your life's Aries, because it is just so much that is kind of going to be proven to you. And there were so many things that were confusing in the past 24 months about your particular spiritual journey that is just going to start shining in such a nice and understanding way, because you know the whole new harmonious energy is going to come through, which is just going to make you feel at the same time very creative, and also most certainly you're going to make a decision, and you're going to feel so strongly about this new stage of your life unfolding that you are going to have a reason for celebration. Therefore, these are good celebrations. This is a good celebration which is going to bring a wonderful healing to you at the same time, and it's going to reconnect you with the right people in your life. A wonderful news from somebody who really knows you. It's also going to play an important role later on, because somebody who knows you really well, it's going to tell you something based on these informations that I said to you, and that in itself is also going to prove certain situation that is about to unfold and bring you something very, very special and something very significant into your life. My Lord, this month is going to change everything in the best of the possible of ways, because you are going to find yourself. You are going to rediscover yourself, and this is going to be good. And the energy that you're going to have is just going to be the answer, the actual vibration that you're going to feel and you're going to have. This is going to be your answer to whether you're doing things right or whether you're doing things wrong, whether you're choosing the right things and things like that. You will be able to feel things, you will be able to sense things in a completely different way. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Erini, and it's for September 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous Erinis, Aries, and it's for September 2019. When it comes to the actual number, of course that you have got a number 13. Number 13 is your number this month. Of course it is. It's all about the transformation. It's all about new life. It's all about new stage. It's all about also working with this wonderful energy, working with this power by realizing that it's just whatever you do new this month, throughout this month, it is going to bring a new vibration. Whatever new you start, whatever new you do, it is going to bring you something else that is just going to become very interesting, and it's going to make you feel really positive, and it's also going to be able to make you feel very psychic about things, very intuitive about things. Number 13, it's also going to make you realize that you know that there is a big change that is going to happen, and you will feel like you want to change, you will want to make change, even when it comes to a place, you know, even when it comes to things around you, your immediate environment, you know, like where you're maybe working, you know, you're gonna feel like you want to like really do changes, make changes. This is nothing unusual, and when you feel this, just go for it, because every single change you do, every single plant you kind of like take away or give it to somebody and replace it with some other plant, this is also going to create a new wonderful and powerful vibration. And it's all about the changes, it's all about the energy, and it's all about going with the flow. It's like feng shui. You see, you should always keep on changing things around you, because every single change is going to have a positive impact and positive vibration on us indeed. What else I was going to say, number 13, it's also going to have a little surprise for you. Something is going to surprise you. There's going to be like a bizarre situation that you're going to go through, and there is going to be one day that you are going to have in September, and that particular day is just going to feel like, you know, it's going to feel like a slightly different dimension, not slightly, but it's going to feel like a completely different dimension. And that completely different dimension is going to be your hermit moment. You're going to have one very powerful hermit moment when you know, I say to you, it's not only about just withdrawing yourself from the situation and just going away. No, 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 baby, no. When it comes to the actual hermit moment, this is a very strong and powerful energy. It's like when the veil is very, very thinning between this world and the spirit world. I said it before that we are multi-dimensional beings. Indeed, there are lots of dimension around us. There are lots of dimension that we live within. But most certainly when we have a hermit moment, this is the time when the spirit guides, when our guardian angels, and when our subconscious mind, when our third psychic eye is massive like this, and this is when we are finding out all sorts of things about ourselves. But there is something in particular that you are going to find out when you have your hermit moment. My gorgeous Aries, this is going to be so significant, because this is all about creativity. This is all about your power, but most certainly this is about the new beginning that you are going to have. There is something very important that is actually going to happen also, that you're going to be able to kind of react to that situation in such a way when you're going to feel really pleased with what you've done. Like you're going to feel really, really pleased with your achievement. It is going to be some kind of achievement that is going to bounce back, and it's also connected to a certain situation when you made a certain decision, you did something, and people around you were like, oh no, it's not going to happen, or something like that. And now this is also going to be very important for you when it comes to your confidence, when it comes to your self-esteem, and this is just going to be the new beginning stage, because something else is going to come out of some kind of idea, some kind of option that you wouldn't have before. But the bottom line is that number 13 is just trying to tell you, also trying to let you know that this is start of something really big. This is start of something really meaningful. This is start of something really important. Something that you're going to start this month, my gorgeous Aries. Something that you're going to begin, that is going to go for a long, long time. Do you get me? Do you know what I mean? What have you been focusing on so far lately? What have you been planning? What did you want to achieve? What did you want to do? Okay, we can go back to 12 months. Okay, within the last 12 months, what did you want to do? What did you know at the back of your mind that it is going to happen, like not that, it's not going to be that long until you make a certain decision, until you create some kind of big change. This is all going back like within the last 12 months, when the things are just going to start bouncing back, and it's just kind of remind you like where you need to pay attention to in order to get where you want to get in your life. This is an absolutely ridiculous important time of your life, because I'm saying to you, I'm going to say it again, it's all about the creativity, it's all about creating. The land is going to be superb. Listen to me, Aries, this is important now. The land is going to be so fertile when it comes to the actual manifestation. Like, this is going to be massive. Anything that you want to start, go for it. Any negotiations, anything big, if you want to buy anything huge you want to start, any important conversations, any important starts, any important negotiations, any important signing, any kind of judgment, or any kind of like if you would like to start some kind of judgment, some proceedings and things like that, this is going to be an important moment in time, because the vibration is going to be so powerful, and it's going to make you like gain when it comes to like your life in general. So that's why the land is going to be superb and very fertile when it comes to manifestation and when it comes to chucking those seeds. So anything you want to do, if you're looking for a job, please go, keep going, because there is something like absolutely mind-blowing going to happen. The bottom line is, it's all boiling down to one thing, that meaningful experience that you are going to have, and it's so much to do with your spiritual journey. It's literally going to change your life, and this is all part of something really big. This is all part of something really huge. This is all part of the deep spiritual meaning and mind-blowing experience, which is also at the same time going to become the massive, huge, absolute, the most powerful transformation of your life ever. Because it's the bottom line is the decision that you're going to make. It's going to be big, it's going to be huge, and it is going to be the part of the massive big change that you're going to need to do. You're going to need to make, and you're going to need to sacrifice a little bit and abandon certain part of your life in order to get where you want to get. But this is all normal, because as soon as you kind of make a certain adjustments, you can kind of like direct your energy and manifest and start manifesting towards like a new stage of your life, which is exactly what is going to happen. The certain part of your life is most certainly coming to a new completion, and that particular completion is going to raise a certain vibration and energy, which is going to help you to have a reflection, to realize and see certain elements and certain parts of your life like as if you're looking through somebody else's eyes. This is so important, because it's just going to help you to see things from a completely different angle, to emerge in a completely different way. But then again, it's just going to at the same time help you to keep on being grounded, and that is just going to make you on another hand realize the new beginning is near, which is all going to be very instinctive time in your life, and of an unfoldment that is just going to literally change your life. Very, very important moment in time indeed. Number 13, also it means that a very special and very significant relationship it's about to return into your life. I like it because this is somebody who is meant to be the part of your spiritual journey, and somebody who is meant to be there. So this person is going to be really good for you indeed, in many different ways. When it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to the actual health, I really need you to pay attention to maybe to your lower back. The lower back is going to be quite sensitive, and your shoulders are going to be quite sensitive. So when it comes to that, again, I'm going to say to you to make sure that you're sleeping with a nice, good quality pillow, and make sure that you're also having a pillow in between your legs. Okay, it's just really important, because you're going to allow the certain part of your back, especially your lower back, to relax and rest in a certain way. If you don't have a pillow in between your legs, you're not going to be able to achieve this. So this is why this is so important. And it's also very important to do the certain exercises if you can, to sit in the right way, and as I said, to sleep in the correct way, and not to strain your back, strain yourself if this is the part of your work, the part of your job and things like that. On another hand, your stomach is going to be a little bit sensitive, so I would highly suggest you to get aloe aloe vera juice. Please try to drink aloe vera juice. It needs to be organic and natural. And just a little bit for the energy, again, I would highly suggest you to get a spirulina. Please, organic spirulina. I know I've been recommending it so many times. I know I'm recommending it, but it's just so important to get a good quality organic spirulina, because it's just one of my favorite things for the actual energy. Indeed, it's so good. It's unbelievable. So I highly recommend you to get spirulina, and basically also vitamin D. A slight shortage of vitamin D that your body is going to have, that your body is going to feel. And if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor, or you need to check with your GP whether you can take these supplements or not, because only your doctor or your GP can tell you whether you can take the supplements or not, and whether this can interact with your existing medications. All right, okay, so I have to say this, but it's also quite important for me to mention this. Okay, and also what else I was going to say, that it's rather significant going to be like if you can kind of avoid a little bit of like avoid sugar and avoid coffee as much as you can, and try to drink as much as you can water, because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system, and which is going to be rather important for you to do throughout the months. Okay, so now basically going on the very first date in September that is going to be rather important when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries. Well, the 6th of September, it's going to be the day. The 6th of September, it's going to be really important, because it's just all about the success, all about material attainment, and all about you finding yourself feeling really good about the actual certain advantage when it comes to your life, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to things that you have been focusing on. And something is going to be really significant here, because the certain problem is going to come to an end when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to certain loss. And now this is where the things are going to start changing. I really like it, because also at the same time, the 6th of September, it's also going to be mind-blowing when it comes to the justice. You will hear about a certain justice, my gorgeous Aries, and this is the most certainly going to happen on the 6th of September. What else I was going to say, that it's a great day, that if you would like to take somebody if you would like to take some kind of things further when it comes to the certain justice, then this is most certainly going to be the day to actually do it, because the combination of material and spirituality the combination in between spirituality and everything else is going to be in such a perfect balance, and the vibration is going to be very vavoomish indeed. And that's why it's good to benefit from the vibration like this, because everything is just going to work out so much better if you kind of do things at the right time on the right days indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say, the 6th of September, it's going to be an important when it comes to the certain advice. Somebody very wise, somebody very clever, it's going to tell you something, and that is going to be something that is just going to be very significant for you, because you're going to kind of be able to get a certain picture about how long something is going to take when it comes to the certain process. Okay, the second important day, my gorgeous Aries, is actually going to be on the 11th of September. Now, the 11th of September, it's really important, because there is going to be a big change that is actually going to start at home. Big change is going to start unfolding. It's going to start happening, but it's all to do with the happiness. It's all to do with you feeling okay. It's all to do with you feeling a certain joy, certain pleasure. And also, it is just like, it's going to be so good, because you're going to realize about a certain reputation, and you're going to feel so good about yourself. You're going to feel very proud about yourself. I say reputation because this is going to mean to you so much for your self-esteem and for your confidence and things like that. And other people are going to feel so proud of you, of the certain achievement, you know, the people around you, people who mean to you so much. And that in itself is going to be an amazing moment in time, because you're going to make some kind of decision that is going to be really important, but it's like to do with your immediate environment. And also, you know, the swift activity and sudden progress is just going to become beautifully evident when it comes to your home, and when it comes to the certain decision that you've made, and when it comes to you waiting maybe for like about the last 8 months for the right time, for the right moment to actually go for it. This is so good, because it's all about a certain perfection. It's all about a certain recognition about your abilities, and a certain recognition when it comes to the certain stage of your life that is just starting to become very obviously evident that the changes are going to be near. On the 11th of September, it's going to be so important I highly suggest you to get something like a lapis lazuli. You see, lapis lazuli is also known as a stone of an ancient Egypt. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain. And the link to buy this is in the description below. And by buying things from my channel, you're of course also supporting my channel as well. But I'm telling you that you should get this because it's going to help you to remember your dreams. It's going to help you to enhance your third psychic eye. By the same time, it's going to help you a lot with the grounding and with all these little messages that you're going to be receiving throughout September, because you're going to be super intuitive. Sometimes we receive so many messages throughout all these dimensions that we don't actually we can't get hold of the one particular one or one certain one. And what lapis lazuli does, it helps you it helps you to single out these messages that are important and that are concerning you and your particular spiritual journey. The 11th of September, it's also going to bring you a wonderful honor and ultimate change that is just going to become evident. And I'm so happy because also at the same time you're going to realize that you're well capable to do things. You're amazing, you're very powerful, your energy is very significant, and when you pay attention towards something, when you direct your energy towards something, it's like ooh la la, very mind-blowing and vavavumish. You are one of the signs that are most significant and most powerful when it comes to the power of manifestation. That's how powerful you are. You can avoid any tiredness, any feeling of tiredness. Some other signs can actually get affected by it, and it can affect their way of work, it can affect their productivity. But when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Aries, you're absolutely fine, because it can be stormy, it can be like, my God, you're going to withstand absolutely anything and everything. Nothing is going to take your mind off, once you're directing your energy towards something, once you want to accomplish something. And this is why you're so powerful. The power of manifestation is absolutely amazing when it comes to you. So once you realize that you are capable, so this is going to mean, I'm not saying that you didn't realize you're capable. When it comes to something, the certain particular stage, certain direction, certain option in your life, it's going to become evident here that this is where your life is going to start changing. And it's all about the rewards. This is the moment when you're going to be able to relax a little bit and chill out when it comes to the certain worry, when it comes to the certain expectations of this certain part of your stage, and unfoldment. This is the time when you're going to be able to relax a little bit, but also it's all about the rewards from hard work, success, and the admiration from others. This is just so wonderful. It is not only about your folks at home, people around you, your immediate family or the best friends, but it's just people in general, people who you work with. If you're working, for example, it's just going to seem so wonderful, and it's going to be so good. And this is an idea, a certain idea that you're going to have here, which is just going to cross your mind, but it's just going to return into your life later on. Okay, the third important day, my gorgeous Aries, it's actually going to be on the 29th of September. 29th of September, it's going to be connected to the certain person who you think of very highly. Somebody who's really important in your life, somebody who you think is very faithful, and not necessarily lover or anything like that, but somebody who you think of very highly when it comes to a certain person, somebody who you think in a really positive way, somebody who can't do wrong to you or bad to you or something like that. The certain person, really beautiful person, it's going to have an amazing news for you. Some kind of news that you're going to have. This is going to be very important to you, but then again, it is just going to give you an immediate satisfaction, because you're going to realize that there is a beautiful harmonious energy going to come through at the same time. The beautiful harmonious energy that is going to come through at the same time, it's going to make you feel really good, because automatically you're going to be able to detect certain things around you, to detect certain things when it comes to the immediate future. We can do this all the time because we are all psychics, but because this is going to be a very important moment in time, and the new pathway is going to be open that very moment in time, which is going to help you to peek through the different dimension for just slightly. And this is what is going to happen. There's certain harmonious energy is going to come through the different dimension, which is just going to make you realize it's the great satisfaction, beautiful tranquility, and some kind of union is just going to start making sense here, really much so. Immediately you're going to feel very wise. Immediately you're going to feel really powerful. Immediately you're going to feel very on top of the world, because you're going to feel some kind of energy that is just going to be very optimistic indeed in many different ways. But also you will know that there is a certain certain decision that you're going to need to make. The certain decision that you're going to need to make, it's going to be absolutely perfect time to do so, because as I say, you're going to be super wise. You're going to be very, very, very wise when it comes to you and when it comes to this particular day. And you see, the decision that you're going to make, the decision you're going to need to make, it's going to be perfect time, because it's going to help you to deal with a certain devilish little person. Certain devilish person is going to come through forward to the surface, or somebody whom karmically you already had something, somebody whom karmically there is already some kind of energy that is manifested there in a certain way. So there is going to be like your input. You're going to need to deal with a devilish person, and you will know exactly what to do. If you will know exactly what to say, you will know exactly how to react. This is going to be good, because you're going to react in the best possible way. And my advice, my babies, my bambinis and my bambinas, would be to just basically rise above the situation. Whatever you do not have a conflict. Whatever you do, don't fight. Whatever you do, don't argue. Do everything in the best of the possibles of ways to actually rise above the situation, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to make a wise decision. It's going to be the right decision to deal with a devilish person, somebody very ingenuine, and somebody whose spiritual journey is coming slowly to an end. But you're going to do really nice situation. You're going to edit and adjust certain things by reacting in a really nice way once you get challenged. Because this particular devilish person is going to challenge you indeed. I highly recommend you to get something like an amethyst. You see, an amethyst pendant, and wear it throughout September and October even, because amethyst is going to help you to be even more psychic, but also on another hand is going to help you like when it comes to the actual protection. It's very powerful, it's very significant, it's very strong when it comes to actual bringing more psychic powers and things like that. But at the same time, it's got a perfect balance when it comes to our protection, our grounding against all sorts of negative energies, people and things like that. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below, of course. And by buying things in my store, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, but this is just going to be so amazing. And also the 29th of September, it's also going to make you realize that there is a certain departure and journey that is going to become evident. You're going to need to make a certain departure and certain journey. This is going to be super significant when it comes to you, because it is just some kind of input that you're going to need to make when it comes to that departure and journey. And that's just going to be the part of everything else that I've mentioned so far. It doesn't have to be like going even to the different country or something. Maybe it's just like a little journey that is just going to be connected to this situation, but it's going to make sense. You will see exactly what I mean. It's all going to be the part of this important and rather significant process. Okay, and it's just like a certain basically money is going to be nearly due from the certain dealings, something that you started, something that you began, something that you were waiting for the last like about 7 months in particular. So you're going to realize that the money is going to be nearly due, but there is some kind of reorganization that you are going to need to do. I'm afraid there is some kind of input that you're going to need to make, input that you're going to need to do when it comes to adjustments and certain adjustment and reorganization. Okay, so now my gorgeous Aries, going on the very first part of September 2019. Now, you know the way the first part of September is actually going to start. It's just all about you realizing about your skill, something that you know how to do, something that you obviously you're aware of, like what you can do and things like that. But there is something mind-blowing that is going to come true, just like a beautiful little tree, and then magically another new branch is going to just kind of grow. And this is what's going to happen. It's going to be like a beautiful magic tree at the beginning of September, and the very first week, where you're going to realize about yourself, and you're going to be this beautiful magical tree that is just going to grow beautiful, the most amazing, the most powerful branch, very shiny, very beautiful, full of spiritual diamonds and things like that. So you are about to find out something about yourself, and this is not only, oh yeah, I just know how to do this, I know how to do that. No, 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 baby, no. This is important, an important part of your spiritual journey. So you are going to find out something important about the stage of your life that you're going to need to pay attention to when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career. If you are retired, then it's still going to be an option that you're going to start feeling drawn towards, and it's your spirit guides, your guardian angels are going to be calling you, and just keep on making sure that you understand that this is a huge time for you, time of changes and time of something very special. So it's not only like a finding out a certain skill about yourself, but it's about to actually take this seriously and see where you can actually take this. And you will see, once you start thinking about it, once you start focusing on it, there's going to be sign about the moderation. It's going to take a while, but you will know exactly what to do, or most importantly, you will know exactly which direction to take, which direction to go towards. This is also going to, at the same time, give you balance of energy, where you're going to feel like a free, you're going to feel good, you're going to feel optimistic. When I say this, it's every time when you focus on this particular thing, on this option, you're going to start feeling ecstatic, you're going to start feeling free, you're going to start feeling optimistic and powerful indeed. And this is going to be your answer. Just go for it. Just remember, my gorgeous Aries, this is the time of changes. It's September, so things are going to start unfolding like there is no tomorrow. What else I was going to say, the certain inheritance is just going to start becoming very obvious here. So certain inheritance, you're going to hear about. If you haven't got anybody who can leave you inheritance, then you are still going to hear about a certain amount of money that is going to travel towards you, but other people are also going to be the part of it as well. That is going to be able to help you. This money, an additional amount of money, is going to be able to help you with something that you wanted to do for a while, and something that was also kind of worrying you, and making you think before you would go to sleep, and you will be just thinking about a certain problem or a certain issue quite a lot. And that is going to be good, because now you're going to be able to deal with a certain problem, but also there's a sacrifice that you're going to need to make. And you will not too sure in order to kind of like make certain space to move on with your life, of course, but it is just that you're not going to do it straight away. You're not going to make it straight away. You're not going to act straight away, but it's about a certain synchronicity. You're going to need to watch a synchronicity. The first part of September to the mid-September, it's going to be mind-blowing, especially when it comes to the synchronicity. Watch for the little numbers, 111, 222, 333. Do you know what I mean? Like, synchronicity can happen, can manifest in many different ways, in many different forms, and we can get these informations whenever we get them. It depends on our particular spiritual journey, our karma, where we are at, what's going on in our lives, what we are trying to achieve, and things like that. The bottom line is the synchronicity is going to be very important, my gorgeous Aries, very important when it comes to that certain sacrifice that you're going to make. That synchronicity is going to let you know already what stage of your life it's coming to an end, but you just kind of have to like always, when you see like a certain numbers that are repeating and things like that, for example, you need to think what you were thinking about at the same time at around that time, and that's how you get your answers, through this particular synchronicity. Something is going to be travel to you. You're going to be made aware something that was like kind of like making you really negative, and you may feel like a little bit negative, you may feel like a little bit low, because you will realize that at a certain stage of your life there is no need to work at, because it came to an end. And as soon as you realize that as soon as some new important stage, it's going to start manifesting, because this was something important, but it came to an end. When it comes to an end, it just makes you feel really maybe like a slow, it makes you feel like a little bit negative, and this is when you know that karmically, you know that there's certain things in between you and something else are slowly coming to an end. But then the realization that you've got more to move on, you've got more resources than you need in order to move on, there is a certain judgment that you're going to make, certain decision, and that in itself is going to be bam, bam, bam. Because by the time we get to the second part of September 2019, you, my gorgeous Aries, are going to have a brand new project, brand new prospect, brand new option, brand new beginning that you're gonna look forward to. It's so good, because it's gonna help you so much with your life in general, but also it's gonna bring you inspiration, potential, and it's going to have an enlightening experience and effect on you. My goodness, Aries, this is so good. It's also going to be very much so to do with your security, with your power, and that one step closer, where you kind of have to less worry about practicality and security. You're gonna hear something so good, and you're gonna feel an overwhelming emotion, because the ending of your life as it is when it comes to problems, negativities, maybe worrying about money, worrying about security and power, not being able to afford and get things for yourself that you want to do in order to enjoy your life, are coming to an end. This is a beautiful end, this is a good end, but unfortunately unfortunately, I do have a Tower situation, because someone is going to show their ugly little face, someone is going to do something horrible, and you're going to get surprised about certain situation, because the Tower is just basically about the certain situation that is just going to kind of surprise you a little bit, that is going to surprise you a little bit, because it's going to happen just out of the blue, and it's also the situation is going to be mind-blowing because it's going to surprise you, and the certain person is also going to surprise you the way they're going to react. They're going to do something negative, they're going to do something quite low vibration, and that in itself is just going to create this terrible moment that you're going to have. Sorry, but it's just going to happen at around the time when you're kind of having these endings, when you're so excited. But you will know when that moment happens, you know, it's the powerless situation. There's nothing you can do, nothing you can make, nothing you can do or edit this situation in order to make a difference, to change it. So it's just something like basically you will know that this is a powerless situation. But then again, there is going to be a very important little message for you there, a message that you're going to have, a message that you're going to realize, and it's most certainly going to have an amazing effect on you, because it's something that it's not going to 100% surprise you, but then again you're going to feel quite good, because you will at the same time you will realize that you yourself escaped like a negative situation. Okay, what else I was going to say, when it comes to the actual possession, you know, it is just like a little bit of a moment that I need you to kind of be a little bit careful about, because somebody is just going to kind of like show their again, I'm sorry, I'm all dark, but somebody's just like to do with your possession. You just make sure that you're doing everything right. Like that's a silly thing to say, but it's to do with your own possession, because somebody is just going to kind of try to have a little bit of conflict with you when it comes to something that belongs to you. And the conflicts that you're going to have, you're going to do quite well, because what is actually going to happen, this conflict that you're going to have is just going to be basically it's not going to be nothing too bad. I'm not talking about like screaming, but it's just going to be like some kind of little disagreement when it comes to you, and when it comes to some kind of possession, something that you think it's your, something that belongs to you, and somebody's just going to try to like maybe just to try to act like there's someone else, and somebody's just going to try to like be like there's someone else. So the only thing that I want you to be careful about is if it comes to your personal possession and somebody is around you who is making you feel negative, somebody's around you who's making you feel low, somebody's around you who's making you feel bad, just be a little bit careful, because I mean you are going to be super intuitive, so you are going to be able to foresee this, you are going to be able to tell this, and that little conflict that you're going to have, you're also, it is not going to be like a conflict, but it's just going to be like a little bit of disagreement that you're going to have. But as soon as you feel like about somebody like this, that could be like maybe may not be who they actually are, and you are going to see the little devilish person, you know, it's going to be absolutely fine. You will exactly know what to do. Just keep certain things to yourself, and you will escape. The bottom line is you will go over this situation, you will escape this situation, and you are most certainly going to be able to kind of like focus on a certain future planning and things like that. By the time we get to the last part of September 2019, it is all about you feeling so ecstatic. This is going to be a wonderful burst of fresh energy that you're going to have, and also on one hand it's just going to make you like a very vavoomish, and you will want to like do more, you will want to like achieve more, you will want to accomplish more, because you've just like you're getting to the very important stage of your life, and every single accomplishment and achievement you have, that is just all going to make you feel better, and it's all going to make you feel more optimistic about yourself and about your life in general. But there is something in particular that you're going to feel like so much one step closer to something very, very, very important, and that is going to be a turning point, because somebody who is like an honor to you, whether this is somebody you work for, whether this is an important client, if you are retired, maybe this is somebody who you feel like an honor towards. Somebody's going to tell you something, they're going to let you something know, my babies, and you are going to be on top of the world. You're going to feel really good, you're going to feel really important, you're going to feel really powerful, your confidence is going to shot up like really far, and this is so good. If you're looking for work, if you don't have a job, then please keep on reapplying and applying and applying and applying, because somebody very special is going to come through and offer you something at the end, okay? If you are retired, you know, just keep on doing and keep on focusing what you were focusing on so far, because some kind of unfoldment is going to happen at the end, which is about to change your life, because most certainly it's coming from the person who is honoring you, who's like an honor to you, and also that person is going to be directly responsible for the turning point. The turning point that you're going to have is just going to kind of surprise you. All the situation is going to surprise you. Therefore, you're going to react in a completely different way, and that in itself is going to be incredible, because that turning point is going to bring you like a life-changing situation. And the life-changing situation that you're going to have, it's all going to be about the bright prospects, the new inspiration, hope, faith, and it's something that you wanted to do for a long time. But also the realization that is just going to be about your own particular advancement. It's going to take slightly longer, but the bottom line is also what is quite important to say, that there is also the end, the certain scrutinizing person. At the end of September, there is somebody that was scrutinizing you, somebody that was leaving a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth, somebody that was quite negative, somebody that was quite bitter, somebody with like a really low vibration and low energy, I'm afraid, is somebody who was like a really burden, you know, the certain burden in your life. When you start feeling it at the end of September, there will be the certain situation, and you're just gonna kind of like, that is going to come to an end. And this is brilliant, because you're going to make a certain decision, you're going to make a certain option, you're going to make a certain choice, where you and this particular certain person who was like a burden in your life, do you know who I mean? It's somebody who's like a certain burden, like a certain person who's like a burden in your life, that was making you feel really negative, that was making you feel really low, that was making you feel really funny every single time when you're around that person. It was making you feel so weird and funny that you wouldn't be yourself anymore. And somebody that has been around you for a long time, very dark, very weird, very strange, very bizarre, somebody who just freaks out really quickly, somebody who's very stroppy, and somebody who's not a really nice person, I'm sorry, and somebody who was and did create you burden for a while. But the bottom line is, with this wonderful situation, with this wonderful vibration and energy that we are going to have throughout September, by the time you get to the last parts of September, the karmic situation with this terrible person is going to start coming to an end. I say terrible because I go purely by the feelings that I can actually feel, and this is it's not going to come to an end straight away, but this is going to be the beginning of an end. But it's going to be evident, and it's going to feel good, and it's going to feel amazing. Also, when it comes to the professional work, and when it comes to career and things like that, something very important is going to happen actually at the end of September, and that is actually going to make you feel much happier and much better, because something is going to become easier. Something is going to become easier to the point where you're just going to start enjoying yourself rather than feeling negative or anything like that. Big completion indeed. Also, you are going to have a situation at the end of this month where you're going to be wondering whether it's like somebody's going to offer something to you, somebody's going to ask you, and you're going to be wondering yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. There is going to be baby little challenge that is going to be connected to that situation, but the answer is most certainly yes. Anything challenging that you can feel at the end of September, you should just go for it, because behind every single challenge, something really wonderful, a wonderful new unfoldment, a wonderful new option is going to be waiting for you. And that's why these options, they come hidden, and they come masked as a challenge. I like it because there is also a certain journey that is going to make sense. And the journey, I'm saying, when I'm seeing in the cards, it's so important, because it's not about just trip journey. It means that you're going to benefit, like to go away so much, because this month it's also going to be perfect for meditation, for grounding, go outside in the forest, rejuvenate yourself, like hug the tree a little bit, like exchange the energy, exchange the information in between the tree. That is going to help you so much for your own particular adjustments when it comes to your problems, when it comes to your negativities, when it comes to your grounding, but it's also when it comes to your own ideas. But also at the same time, it's important for you to book a trip or journey. You don't need to go like on a holiday or something like that. You don't need to go this month, but as long as you book at around the end of September, you're going to have the energy of this month attached to it, which on another hand means that you can go a year later. It doesn't matter, you booked on this particular month when so much is happening and the vibration is so powerful and the vibration is so significant. It's going to reflect on you in such a way whenever you go, whether it's in a year time, whether it's 1 month, whether it's on that particular week, you're still going to end up with something very sacred, a sacred experience that you're going to have, sacred experience that you're going to have on the journey towards the holidays, while you're on the holidays or while you're coming back. It really depends. However, that sacred experience you're going to have by the time you come back, and that sacred experience is also going to give you an idea that is going to blow your mind in every single way, because something is going to start making sense to you as well through that idea when it comes to your life, people around you, and your life in general. And also the end of September is going to be bring an option, a new beginning that is just going to kind of like become the main point of your thinking, but it's going to feel good, it's going to feel brilliant, and the energy is just going to be perfect. So you're going to be able to feel this in a completely different way, but most certainly the time of rediscovery indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, my gorgeous Erinis, I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationship. You know, this is an amazing moment in time for those of you that are in relationship, because your partner is going to be very much so having a very spiritual and enlightening experience themselves. And what else I was going to say, they're going to have a very good news when it comes to their own creativity, but it's just something that I have done before, something that I have been focusing on before, something that I've been doing for like quite a while, something that I've been working on for a while, and then it just became like a long time, you know, a long process of like waiting. So your partner is going to have a really good outcome of something that they were waiting for, something that they were focusing for, and that in itself is going to be brilliant, because both of you are going to have a quite interesting option after that moment in time. You're also going to make a really important decision, both of you, something that your partner came up with some kind of while back, some kind of a long time ago, and now maybe you just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do, right option to do, right option to go for. So now something is going to come back karmically. It's going to be the right moment in time to actually go for it. You didn't want to do this before, but now you will go for it, but it's going to be really good indeed. Most certainly something important is going to happen here, and you are going to make a really significant decision as a couple indeed. Okay, I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Aries. You know, this is going to be an important moment in time. This is going to be such an important month, because when you least expect it, there is somebody that is just going to start kind of show up around you. There's somebody that's going to come through, somebody that's going to come forward, but it's just going to happen at around the time when you're having like when you're thinking about a certain adjustment, but when you're thinking about a certain influence, and when you're thinking about like a really unusual situation in your life. At around that moment in time, also you will be thinking about a certain advice. You will be thinking about somebody gave you the certain advice, and you managed to kind of escape some kind of like a really negative person, and this is, you see, all these things are going to be on your mind. So this is going to happen at around that time when you're thinking about very much so in a complex way about your life and about certain people in your spiritual journey. You will be out and you will be kind of surrounded by the people, and you will not maybe like think about it right that moment, but it will just be very strong energy that is going to be the part of your mind. So maybe you will be thinking about it 5 minutes before you go to meet up with people, because when you meet up, when you see this person, there is someone special that you're going to meet, but when you meet this person, you are going to be surrounded by other people, and there is going to be the moment of tranquility, the moment of peace, the moment of happiness, the moment of like kind of like you thinking about a certain direction, the moment of you thinking about like your life in general. So on one hand, you know, you're going to be thinking about a certain adjustment, what I said, but on another hand, it's going to be the wonderful tranquility and peace that it's going to come from the group of people who you're going to find yourself around. This is where this tranquility and peace, a peaceful energy energy is going to come through it. It's going to make you feel really good. The person that is going to become an integral part of your spiritual journey, it's actually going to come through these people. It's going to be through these people. It's going to come through this particular journey when you meet these people, and it's going to make you feel about yourself instantly really, really good. Just be prepared to be swept off your feet, my gorgeous Aries, but you have to remember it's going to happen one step at a time, because this person is someone very, very special indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you all. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, healing, lots of love and light. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.